What's up, everybody? This is A.J. and I am coming to you with another video. And I figured I'd do this video as an update because I don't think I've given you all an update on my transition journey since September, which was my 1 year anniversary of actually medically transitioning. So I just wanted to give a brief update just to let you all know what's been going on. And just a warning, I will be talking about bottom growth and bottom surgery. So if there's anyone who does not want to hear about those two topics or surgery in general, please click off of this video and you can click on to another video of mine. So let's get into it. So previously I did a video letting you all know that I decided that I was going to have bottom surgery and that I wanted to have a metoidioplasty, mainly because it would serve me well since I wouldn't have to have any donor sites on my arm, on my leg. And since then I have really been dealing with trying to figure out why having a metoidioplasty just didn't sit well with me. And I thought it did. I thought that that was what I truly wanted. And then it dawned on me that no, I really wanted a phalloplasty. I was just afraid to have a phalloplasty because of what I do. Since I'm an actor and a model, I knew that having visible donor sites could potentially hurt my career. And I know that sounds kind of bad and kind of shallow, but sometimes it is what it is. But the dysphoria that I started feeling after making the decision to have a metoidioplasty was unbelievable. And I can't even describe how crazy it was. And I started doing a lot more research. So these past few months, I've been doing a lot of research on bottom surgeries. And the one thing that I came across was, and this was recently, that there were a lot of people who had an abdominal flap phalloplasty, which would make the donor site invisible to most people since it was around the abdomen. And I was looking at photos of people who have had that, and they look absolutely amazing. It looks totally great. The donor sites are not on your arm, they're not on the legs. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's what I want. And that would be perfect for me. So in looking at it, I started feeling a little less dysphoric, which is amazing because I was feeling a lot of, like I said, I was feeling a lot of dysphoria after making the decision to have a metoidioplasty. For those who know me, or if you've seen a couple of my other previous videos, when I use a packer on STP, I like to pack on the larger side because I like the way it feels and I like the way it looks. It looks a little more natural for me, and it feels a lot better for me than the smaller ones. So the thought of having a metoidioplasty, even though it would be 100% me and I would have much more sensation down there, it didn't feel like it was the right thing for me. And we all have to do what's best for us. Like I was willing to just sacrifice not having a phalloplasty for my career. And I know that now that, I shouldn't even let that be a thought. My happiness comes first. And not having dysphoria would make me very happy. So I settled on having an abdominal flap phalloplasty. So my consultation with my surgeon isn't until May, but up until that time, I'm going to be doing a lot more research on abdominal flap phalloplasty to see what other things that I can do, to make sure that I get exactly what I want. So by the time I go to my consultation and speak to my surgeon, I'm just letting him know this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, and this is how I want it, so that we can agree on everything and then set a date. And then hopefully by this time next year, I'll be able to have that surgery because you know how it goes. It's the timing. So, yeah, I settled on having a phalloplasty, an abdominal flap phalloplasty, instead of having the metotioplasty like I originally said I would. So, yeah, and I'm really, really happy about that decision. It makes me feel less dysphoric, and um, I can't wait to have my consultation, just to sit down with my surgeon and go step by step into everything that I would need to do, that would be done, from pre-op to the operation to post-op to recovery. I'm ready to hear all of that information. But before I get to him, I'm going to do all the research on my own. That way I can go in with a little more knowledge than I had before. So, yeah, that is the main update that I have. Another update is regarding my testosterone levels. So I don't know about anyone else, but my testosterone levels have literally been off the charts. So much so that my doctor and I have decided to lower my dose of testosterone, which is a good thing because the levels that I was seeing were astronomical and quite dangerous, if I can be honest. When you're looking at levels for testosterone, they're supposed to be between 300 and about 1080. 300 is the low side, or the side when you're in a trough, and 1080 is the high side, and that's the high, because with um, testosterone, you have highs and lows. Your lows are the trough, and then your highs are like when you're just taking your testosterone shot or however you administer your testosterone. So I noticed with my testing in previous months, when I went to see my primary care physician, that in a trough, my testosterone levels were like 1135, which really freaked me out because I was asking her, if these are my levels in a trough, then what are my levels when I just take my T shot? So we did a check on that. We did my labs during the next visit on the day right after I took my T shot, and it was like over 1500. So she's like, you know what, that is a dangerous level. Um, you could be at risk for a stroke or a heart attack. My red blood cells, the red blood cell count was elevated. My glucose was down. Like everything was going on. My blood pressure was high. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And they kept asking me, "How do you feel? Do you feel nauseous? Do you feel dizzy?" And I'm like, "I feel fine. Like nothing is wrong. I feel totally fine." But the numbers were telling them otherwise. So my doctor and I, oh, she saw that I was completely freaked out. She's like, you know what? What we're going to do is just lower your dosage of testosterone, which she did, which I did. So I've been doing that for the past 3 months, taking my shot at the lower dose. So I go to see her on this coming Thursday, but I have my labs taken. I'm going to have my labs taken on Tuesday so that everything will be ready, so that when I get to her on Thursday, we can read the labs together and see if there's any improvement. Hopefully there will be. I'm confident that it will be, and I'll let you all know with another update as to what happened during um, my doctor's visit this coming Thursday. But I don't know, and I have spoken to a lot of people who said that their levels have fluctuated and elevated like that, and it took them some tweaking to get to where the levels kind of leveled out. Um, so I guess I'm at that stage now, that tweaking stage now. just lowering the dose, and maybe the next stage is just prolonging the time between shots. Instead of taking it every 7 days, maybe it will be every 10 days. I actually started out taking it every 14 days. I was microdosing at a low dose, but I didn't like the way it made me feel. It made me extremely aggressive, and I did not want that at all. That totally wasn't me. So we lessened the time frame in between my shots, and I completely leveled out. Like, I was an asshole. I really was, but you know, I leveled out once we changed the frequency of my tee shots. So I'm a little a little bit excited and a little bit worried about what my testosterone levels could be, but I'm just hoping for the best. So yeah, we'll see what happens then. So anyway, they are the two big updates that I have. Just letting you all know that instead of me having a clitoridoplasty, or that I have decided to have an abdominal flap phalloplasty, and that my consultation for my phalloplasty will be in May, and we'll go from there. And my testosterone levels, we shall see. We'll figure out what's going on. Anyway, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell if you have any questions about transitioning or my transition. Let me know. I'll do a video on it, or if you have any questions in general, let me know, and I will put your question on a video and answer it for you, as I've done so many times before. I want to thank everyone for joining me, not just in this video, but on my transition journey. And I appreciate you all. I will talk to you later. AJ out.